In this program, we would like to invite you to an upcoming community event concerning the future of the Falmouth Shopping Center. This event will be held on Saturday, November 14 from 9 a.m. to 2:30 p.m. at the Mason Gymnasium at Plummer Mode School. This information will be repeated following this program. But first things first. Last year, the property owners of the Falmouth Shopping Center expressed an interest to the Town Council to expand development onto undeveloped land they own north of the gas station, car wash and Goodwill trailer. They had no proposed plan of what such a development might consist of or look like. In response, the council felt that the community, business owners and residents should have an opportunity to help shape the design of the last remaining large undeveloped tract of land along Route 1 South. The town proposed and the property owners agreed to a joint effort and collaborative approach to determine the future of this property. The owners also agreed to underwrite most of the costs of this effort. It just so happens that the interest in examining the development potential of this property comes at the same time that the council is working on recommendations for the future of Route 1. Ever since the establishment of the King's Highway, US Route 1 in Falmouth has been a road that served as a convenient location for businesses and their customers. Just as horses no longer trot along the highway, the landscape of this commercial corridor has evolved. The Route 1 corridor looks more like a village center now. For example, the shops at Falmouth Village replaced the car dealership, and buildings with condominiums above offices are sprouting in Tidewater Village on Clearwater Drive, just off Route 1. Last year, the council charged the Community Development Committee, a 3-member council committee, to develop recommendations concerning traffic, land use, and town investment on Route 1. This effort follows a 2005 planning study conducted by a Route 1 Corridor Committee, which was completed but never adopted by the Town Council. In essence, the goal of the 2005 study was to make Route 1 a more pedestrian-friendly place with multiple uses, offices, retail businesses, residences, and open spaces. The Falmouth Shopping Center is home to Shaw's supermarkets and a variety of other retail and service businesses. Built in 1962, it is one of the largest buildings in Falmouth. Its most recent renovation was completed in 2006 when Shaw's relocated in the center. A 2004 master plan for the shopping center shows 3 additional retail and office buildings along Route 1 in a vicinity where the Bank of America ATM is currently located. But these buildings have not yet been designed, approved, or built. In total, the shopping center property contains 60 or so acres that include the current shopping center building, as well as undeveloped land north of Route 1 to the Turnpike Connector and east, largely following Weeps Creek. About half of the property is occupied by the existing building and pavement, while the other half is wooded and undeveloped, containing some streams and wetlands. The Meadow Creek Lane neighborhood is located nearby to the east across Weeps Creek. The property is located next to an estuary and wildlife sanctuary. When we mention the shopping center property, we mean all of the property, the developed as well as the undeveloped portion of it. This property is currently located in 2 zoning districts, Suburban Business 1, as shown as SB1 on the map, and Business Professional, shown as BP. The existing shopping center and some of the vacant land adjacent to the developed area is zoned SB1, while the land to the north is zoned BP. According to the zoning regulations, the 2 districts can be used for very different purposes. The current SB1 zoning allows a wide range of non-residential uses, including retail uses, offices, motels and hotels, places of entertainment and recreation, automobile sales and service, restaurants, light manufacturing and a range of community uses. The SB1 district also allows residential uses, including multiplexes and diverse housing. The use requirements of the BP district are much more restrictive and allow offices, light manufacturing, laboratories and research facilities, warehousing and distribution, and community uses. Hotels are not permitted on the east side of Route 1 and residential uses are not permitted in the BP district. While the undeveloped portion of the property could be developed today, it would be subject to the rules of the two different zoning districts. The 2005 Route 1 study proposed adding the BP portion of the property into a new commercial zone. Both the owners and the former Route 1 committee asked if the current zoning for the property makes sense. The event on November 14th is to begin to see if there is common ground for what type of expansion of development could be accommodated on the shopping center property. The council and the property owners want to know what the public wants and does not want at an expanded Falmouth Shopping Center. This in turn will help guide any proposal to revise the zoning there. Here are some of the questions that the event will seek feedback on. What are acceptable and non-acceptable uses for the Falmouth Shopping Center property? What about residential uses or a multi-story hotel? What is the appropriate scale for any new development? How tall can it be? How big can its footprint be? How do people feel about a large-scale retail anchor, also known as a big box? This could cover any building over 60,000 square feet but less than 90,000 square feet. As a reference, Walmart is 93,000 square feet. Can new development be freestanding or should it be part of a multi-use building? Should any new buildings be required to be at least 2 stories tall? Should new buildings at the shopping center property be oriented towards Route 1 or more internally to each other? What should the character of new development be? Pedestrian focused or automobile oriented? How should parking be provided? In front, to the side or in the rear of buildings? Or somewhere else, perhaps in a garage or underground? And related to the shopping center property, should the town request the Maine Department of Transportation to replace the turnpike connector ramps to Route 1 with a signalized intersection? The Saturday event will use a combination of keypad polling, where each participant gets to express their preferences with small group discussions. A report will be prepared by an independent consultant that will be made available to all participants.
I know that to this day a lot of
We hope that you will consider joining us at the Falmouth Shopping Center community event on Saturday, November 14 at the Plummer Mode School to express your opinion. If you are interested in this project, there is nothing you need to do except to show up and participate. Thank you for tuning in and for your interest in your community. See you next time!